What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DJ. I'm welcome y'all back to another exciting episode of K9 Talk Podcast.
This is your boy JT.
What's happening? Say it.
Well, hey man, it's been a while, but y'all know we back like we never left. Got a few things on my mind I kind of want to speak to the guys about. We want to get into what y'all been doing personally, man, because I know y'all got things that's going on in y'all yard, just like myself. We're going to get to that. But I want to start off with something that came to my mind on the ride over here. And it's kind of with Temperament. And I know right now y'all dealing with the Frenchies, but I know they got their own temperament wise too, you know what I mean? But in y'all breeding, because you know y'all got your own line just like myself, how much do y'all think in the end result of that dog got to come with temperament, your breeding, and then where that dog's going to go to in its upbringing? You know, how much is going to factor in the end result of that dog? You know what I mean? What's more important, I may say, or just on the end result if somebody wants to get a dog and they're seeing, like maybe a lot of people watch me with my dogs in my backyard on my podcast and they want to recreate that. But a lot of time I'm thinking some people seeing like, okay, they're missing a point somewhere. Right. You know what I mean? Just because I'm breeding a dog and they got this temperament, it's not to say that what you see on my yard is going to be on your yard. But how close is that, you know what I mean, in your breeding? That temperament carries over, you know what I mean, past even what they might learn. Or does the new home they go to, that kill everything that you're working on and building? If you get what I'm saying?
Not necessarily. I mean, because first and foremost, like temperament wise, I try and go for the companion type. So, you know, with our breed anyway, they more like, I ain't gonna say domesticated, but you know, like they more like family oriented. They ain't real.
The aggression's
they ain't
out of them.
they ain't really aggressive or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So it don't really factor in too much.
Okay.
But it can in different breeds. It is. I guess it's all really determined by your breed type. You know what I'm saying?
Also, though, you can have your program, you know, based on good temperament, you know. But at the end of the day, if it got good temperament on my yard, but he go to your yard, you don't spend no time with him or interact with him, certain things like that, then he might show a different type of temperament because, like, dog's temperament can change based on the owner responsibility of handling him.
Okay.
So not all dogs, you know, all dogs supposed to be, you know, nice get going dogs, you know, pretty much most of them, but sometimes the owner or like things that go in the house, you got kids running around and all this picking at the dog, hitting the dog, you're not even paying attention. So all that factor in because now that dog might get shy, you know, he just don't like people, he could get aggressive. All that play effect is just how your household is and how you treating that dog.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, like I tell everybody though, I mean, domesticated or companion or not, at the end of the day, all dogs bite. Anything with teeth gonna bite. So, you know, I just tell everybody, you know, when I'm selling you a dog, I'm selling you pet quality dog with the potential to be show quality or whatever you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like what you do with it outside of my yard, that's on you.
And I think that's what messes up. I don't know if y'all see it, if y'all selling them dogs, but I think some people, they get a dog and they got a fantasy in their mind and don't realize what comes with it. Mm-hmm. And they might see how you interact and your dog is, and it's so nice and it's so beautiful. Now they got this French bulldog, it's running around tearing up, it's boo-booing everywhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a lot of them understand that no matter how good your breeding is, they still got things they got to do on their end.
And I seen a post something similar like to that the other day where they was talking about how somebody sold a dog, but then somebody reached back out like, you know, this blase dog, you know, is a good dog or whatnot, but unfortunately I can't keep it because of the potty training, this and third. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you got, like you said, you got to put that work in. If you ain't putting that work in, you know, what you expect?
Yeah, and I think that's kind of, I guess that goes kind of into, you know, where some breeders kind of look into contracts and they're asking questions, you know what I mean? Because you got some people that I've talked to and they talk to other breeders and they got a stipulation to getting their dogs, you know what I mean? And it's almost like they're verifying that you're ready for the product they're putting out there.
Right.
How important that is that to y'all? Because at the end of the day, that sounds like they're letting a lot of money go away just to keep their dog to a certain level of standard. How important, or is there a point, do you get to there? Can you be there just starting off?
Contract be broken every day. And then you can you can screen a person, you can do this and do that, but once that dog leave your hands and not your household, your yard, then that's based on what the customer, how they gonna handle that dog.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, as far as screening, I ask questions.
Yeah.
I do that.
Okay.
I ask, how many dogs you got.
Yeah.
You ever dealt with French Bulldog before? At the end of the day, like, I think all those conversations need to be had before I sell the dog to you and you purchase the dog. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you got to know what you're getting, and I got to know where it's going.
Yeah.
Perfect example. I sold the dog, Missy, the one I just got the litter off of, and I turned around and got her back. But I got her back on the back end of she getting out the breed. It wasn't because she couldn't take care of the dog no more. It was more so she was cut back on her yard.
Gotcha. And she got her for that purpose. Because I know there's a lot of breeders out there that dogs got a purpose more than a pet on their yard.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Because that's just part of their program. Right? Nothing wrong with that. So that's what situation that girl was in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, she was cutting back, and gave me the opportunity to get her back. And I like that because at the end of the day, we kept in communication for over 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth. So
that girl could have went anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
She came back here, came at home.
That's what's up, man. That's why I kind of believe it's important to build that relationship. But like you say, I believe you have spoke on it to be a two-way sword. Or no, Jojo, y'all excuse us, man. Jojo's not here. He has some things he had to do with family, but he will be back this weekend. Next episode for sure, Jojo will be there. But he had made a comment about a dog he had sold. And I guess the dog had kind of got sick with the new owner, and the new owner's hitting him back. How often do y'all see that too in selling a dog where, these people, okay, you get my dog from me, there's things you got to do, but, how far is it? It's out of my hands now. Don't call me for every, the dog that woke up and he's limping or he had a cough. How much is that where, I'm gonna accept it because it's my dog, but at the same time, like, come on now.
No, I pretty much, when I sell a dog to a customer and I tell them if something go wrong, call me first.
Okay.
I tell my customers that call me first because I can find something cheaper. I might know a better way. But if it's something out of my hands, I say you're gonna have to go to a vet or whatever. But I have contracts set up when me and said do what we cover within our dogs for us, genetics and stuff like that. So we kind of cover the bases on it. Everything else is on you.
Not only that though, like in our contracts, and like you say, every contract, it can be broken. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you got 48 to 72 hours to take that dog, that puppy, from the time you get it.
Yeah.
48 to 72 hours to take that dog to the vet.
Boom.
Now,
so basically, okay, I get a dog from you.
Right.
Within 48 hours, I need a vet saying that either this dog's in 100% health or he got issues.
72 hours.
Yeah, 72.
And the
but
reason
a week
being,
later, you can't call me and say he's sick.
Right.
Because you ain't verified if I even gave you a perfect puppy or if he had issues.
Correct.
Not only that, because some people, when they get a dog, they get excited and they take it to other people's houses and other people's dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, we talking about from day one, so I might get a dog. So if I'm a customer and I buy a dog from you, hey, I'm so excited, I take it to Sid house. Well, unfortunately, Sid got other dogs that might be carrying other stuff. So, and that can happen within like 24, 48 hours. Right. So your dog might get sick. Your dog can get sick, after buying it from, me within like, 72, 84 hours, and it can die. Then you gonna come back looking at me.
Yeah. So
that contract is for both of us. You have 24 to 72 hours to get your dog checked out the vet. If you can't get an appointment, that's fine. I'll work with you, or I'll call the vet myself and say, okay, you can take this dog down here today.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, and that's not saying like the puppy don't come already checked, you know. I do the check on my end.
Yeah.
But for security, added security, now you gonna take that puppy.
Because at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure y'all like me. I'm not selling no sick dog. Because for one, I don't want. I mean, it's just so much with it. One, I don't want them callbacks. Because if I sell you a sick dog, I got to be fool not to think you gonna be calling me. Hey, why this dog? You know, blood coming out. You know, in his mess, or I'm seeing worms, or you know, he's acting lethargic. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I have to be a scum, or you know, already on some scamming to even. You know what I mean? On my end, even to sell your dog. So I'm gonna do my, you know, due diligence to make sure you're getting a healthy pup.
It's crazy because I had a customer not too long ago. She bought a pup from me, and I took the dog to the puppy to the vet, get a full exam, checked out, and everything. And literally like 2 weeks later, she called me and said, well, the dog poop was kind of soft, so we took her to the vet. He had coccidia, which I took the puppy to the vet, and they checked for coccidia, and he passed and everything like that. And just to make a point, it's just to show you how fast things can happen, man. Like some things can just be out of your hand. And it happens. You just gotta find a way to work with the customer. Like what I do, I get the money back, a complete refund within 24, 72 hours. Something wrong, I get a complete refund.
Gotcha.
After that, it go to like another letter. Right. So I'll continue to work with you, you know what I mean? I won't, you know, if something happened, I'll say, okay, we'll transfer the money to this right here. But the contract is set up 24, 72 hours, get the dog checked out, is to cover both of us.
That's what's up. Yeah, and that's crazy. I'm glad y'all told y'all time right there, because like you say, 24 to 72 hours, because I was listening the other day, it was some type of short or something, I can't remember what site it was on, but this one breeder was saying they give a 5-year health guarantee. Listen, I'm not. I think they was breeding some type of big dogs. You know what I mean? It might have been African Borbals or something like that. Some type of big massive type dog. But I was just like,
5 years.
Listen, I got a lot of. I believe in my dog. What 5-year health guarantee? But it all depends what comes.
Right.
It might be something like hips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could be something, because I see a lot of times with these massive breeds, that's the most thing people ask about, like OFA tests, how they've been hip checked and things of that nature.
Right. Now it is a health guarantee. Like, you know, that 24 to 72 hours is not the health guarantee. The health guarantee actually run through a year.
Okay.
You know, sometimes it go up to 2 years.
Okay.
You know, just depending on what we put into that contract.
Okay.
But the majority of it is a year.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that didn't sound right when you said 20%. It's up to a year, but the fully refund, like to get your cash back, is 24, 72 hours. There's something wrong with that dog.
And that mostly deals with what can happen, dog dying within that first week or two, 3 weeks.
Or if the vet say, hey, there's something, you know, this dog okay, but there's something wrong, then, you know, give your money back. You know?
Perfect example, like, and this came out of my first litter, and I talked about it before. I don't know if I talked about it on the podcast before, but like Jamie said, he took his dog to the vet, everything checked out, and he ended up having coccidia. I took a litter of 9 puppies to the vet, all of them checked out.
Yeah.
Sold 2 puppies to a guy in North Carolina, a guy and a woman in North Carolina, and a week later, the guy called me back and said that the puppy was deaf.
Oh wow.
Deaf.
Yeah.
How, you know, it passed everything, you know, at the vet.
Yeah.
It was good with me at the house. And then he go there and it's deaf, you know what I'm saying?
But the crazy thing about that deaf, in a pack of dogs, it's easy to miss it.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of puppies.
Yeah.
It's so easy to miss because they gonna follow. It's all about eyesight. Right.
But see, when he told me that, man, now I just check individual dogs. Okay. I just like when I have puppies, I just kind of take one away in another room. And they move just good. That's how I check them. I also too, it's crazy because on my end, I had a dog that was blind. Blue eyes, a sky blue eyes, walk, running with the dogs and everything.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know until like the dog just kind of just got them acting crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
It's a lot that come with these dogs, but it's a lot.
In those instances, though, that's covered.
And I can see it because you know what? The crazy thing is, even when puppies, before they're, I done had some almost go to 2 weeks before they open up their eyes. But before that time, boy, they might walk halfway across the litter box a good 3-4 feet and find their way back to the mother's titty. You know what I mean? So I believe
At what age?
Like 10, 11, man. No, hell. Man, I had, listen, no lie, I done had a puppy. It wasn't out the mama an hour to walk across the litter, the welcome box and then walk back. No lie, like these motherfuckers already be like,
I was just telling him about
moving, man.
we were just talking about that, and I was just like, Darren, when he went with his dogs.
I'm talking about, listen, this motherfucker was following, he hit the wall and then followed the wall all the way around back to his mother, man.
That's crazy.
Listen, moving, and she's still having puppies. You know what I mean? He like the second, third puppy.
Look, when the Frenchie come out, all the way to about from day 1 to day 10, this is how they move.
Okay,
Yeah, if the mama right here,
leave them, hell no.
Yeah.
That's why the first, the first 72 hours is crucial time. Because by 72 hours, this is by the 3rd, 4th day, they done picked on a little bit of weight and they can move around, and I ain't got to worry about them getting smushed by their mothers. That's just the most important thing with them dogs, getting through the first 3-4 days, making sure their mom don't smush them. Once they pass that, they off to the races.
Yeah.
Right there, they off to the races. Now it's just every once in a while, just making sure one done, get to the titty, or, sometimes I might have blankets in there, and they done got up under, this motherfucker just, I don't know how long he been up under that motherfucker, just fighting still, like.
Trying to get back to the light.
Yeah,
back to the light.
Like, come on, motherfucker, you smother yourself, man. But that time goes so quick, man. It be first thing I know, and now I'm up all night making mush and stuff, boy.
Yeah.
Listen, real boo-boo. Mama ain't cleaning up no more.
Yeah.
Yes, I love the first 2-3 weeks, boy. Mama cleaning up everything. I'm like, damn, baby.
Yeah. The next 3 weeks.
After that, listen, at the first, you get the first 3, then the next 3, it's crucial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to come up with actually, I seen a method that I meant to tell you about to keep Frenchies from eating other poop. So in the Frenchie game, in the Frenchie world, Frenchies tends to eat each other dookie.
Yeah.
The puppies are growing up sometimes to the big dogs, but they do. So check this out. And so what happened, one of my puppies got real sick because he continued to eat the other dog's shit.
Yeah.
And then so I don't know why I just didn't kind of separate him. But the idea I got now is that I saw that it was a lady, she had a swimming pool. The kids' swimming pool like we usually have. Mm-hmm. But inside the swimming pool, she had the large swimming pool, but a divider of like 6. It was a divider made. Like 6. So it was like
you keep them separate.
You keep them separate.
Because your dogs are so small, they can stay in there a lot longer.
They can stay in there a lot longer in that little space.
Yeah, you can turn that into a 4-piece, a 6, a 5.
Yeah, so the big swimming pool is because we usually get the $7, but I think it's like the $12 kind from Family Dollar. Mm-hmm. But it was like a 5-way divider. Or something like
what, man, listen, you almost gave me an idea. Y'all heard it here first, man. That's a good idea, but then I was thinking about the little dividing pieces. If a person took it a little bit further, they can throw little screens so the dogs can still see each other. Just can't intermingle, like you say, eating each other's mess and things of that nature, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I might try.
You see, because it'll keep them from because it happens in the Frenchie litters, you can't. It's hard to stop.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea, though. Yeah. I think I'm gonna try that.
I might try that.
I need to figure something else out like that, but not so much for your instance of them eating each other's mess, but at 6 weeks when I go get the ears clipped. Like, I really need to separate my dogs like that first week.
Yeah.
If I can keep them separated that first week after they get their ears done, after that, once I clip it, they'll be good, man. Yeah. But that's what killing me a lot, where I get them done at 6 weeks, and then, I get up to that 8-week perfect selling point, and their ears is looking even though they grow into them, it's just like I'm not getting the best visual
out of it.
You know what I mean?
Because they mess with each other.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Yeah.
So they get their ears back, they biting each other's ears, pulling at the thread, and you know what I mean. So it's just like I've been putting up with it, but it's like now I gotta keep it from happening. So that's something I gotta look into, making that divider.
I can build a box or something for that though.
Yeah, like how he was saying, but I didn't think about just like how he said, is go ahead and take slants of wood and section it out for them. You know, and they might just have like a little piece of slice, but 6 weeks, that's all they need. They don't need a whole bunch of room.
Man, this shit was so crazy though. It was just like, I guess it was like a homemade divider, but like I said, it was like $5, and it was just like came down and was like this. It came down the middle and it was something like this and like that.
Yeah.
And then she had cedar chips in each one, and then she had dog bowls in each one. Each one of them, and the puppies was no more than probably like 5 weeks old.
Oh yeah.
So that's a good idea.
Yeah, I listen. I'm already looking at it. I'm like, I gotta do something like that, man. Because this next litter I got coming, man. Matter of fact, Molly, when she putting on that weight, she probably got about 3 more weeks left. Boy, I'm gonna have some on the ground, man. It's kind of exciting time for me, man, because it's dealing with the genetics. It's like ain't no telling what they gonna throw.
All right.
Cause I look at literally like at all their litters, except for the ones they always throw like one puppy that looks like my boy Lucky. They got the white feet, the white socks, but the merle on top. So they always throw one in, but everybody else is different. So it's just like it's almost like a pack of Skittles. I'm just waiting to see what the hell gonna pop out them girls, man.
That's what's up. So 3 more weeks.
3 more weeks, man.
How many litters this is for you this year? 4?
No, 4. Yeah, there'll be 4 litters this year.
Putting in work, boy. That's work.
That's
More than that.
Nah, it was only 4.
You had 2 back to back.
2 back to back. Then my the slip up with my Mary J and Scoop.
Yep.
Who I still got one of the puppies now. Well, actually 2, because one of them came back, and then this one right here is gonna be the 4th litter. But this is the thing too. I might be having a 5th, because Layla and Lucky done locked up. But they did. This is the crazy thing. If Layla's pregnant, it's almost gonna be like earlier this year, where Layla and Molly were like a week apart. Cause damn if I wasn't trying to breed Layla, but I was in the backyard cleaning up. My son was out there, and I thought he was watching them. So I had Lucky out too, and I knew Layla was in heat. But at the same time, Lucky's the type like Scoop don't care. I can scream all I want.
Yeah.
He gonna lock up or something.
He going, yeah.
Well, Lucky, I can, get him off a girl. Hey, get off here, boy. You know what I mean? He'll jump off. He'll listen. So, I wasn't really tripping. So I'm cleaning up, not paying attention. All of a sudden here, hey, no. My son's screaming.
So,
it's too late now. It's too late. Listen. You should have been doing that when he was chasing in that corner. Listen, boy, they locked up. All I can do is to do like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? It kind of fell into place too, because I don't know if I told y'all, we was waiting on Onyx. I miss Onyx Heat.
Okay.
I miss it because y'all be doing the progressive test like y'all. Yeah. So I'm doing my thing like, I got a kind of a window, but her window was smaller. And there was times when Scoop was trying to jump on her, but I was breaking it up, putting her in the cage. When I should have been letting them lock up, because I thought I had a couple more days to wait.
But that window when he was jumping on.
Yeah, that was it. Them days right there. Yeah, I should have just went ahead and let him do his thing. Yeah. And it was 2 or 3 days of that. I don't know why I was waiting longer. I don't know, maybe because it's our first heat or just so much anticipation for it. Like I'm scared to make it happen. It's like
everything happened for a reason.
Yeah. Like I say, Layla. Like I say, I'll know. One thing I hate about Layla. Like I start getting some more meat market, get some more beef fat and everything. She don't put on no weight, man. That girl metabolism must be so fast.
Yeah, but that's how I got.
You ever had a dog like that?
Missy. Yeah, that's how she is.
Wouldn't put no weight on.
Before she dropped that litter, that's all she was. Just straight stomach, just puppies. That was it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She wouldn't put no weight on. The one I just got.
Yeah, because remember, I don't know if you remember later the last litter. I called you that night while she was actually having the puppies.
Yeah,
I didn't think she was making no milk. Because the girl wasn't fat, she kicked out 13 puppies, you know what I mean? I didn't call him. Shit, I done ran to Walmart, got some replacement milk bottles and everything. I'm thinking I'm about to bottle feed these puppies. Hell, my daughter went here and just started sticking to her. Like, I don't believe all her sacks filled up, but she was able to make enough. But I don't think enough.
Hell, did she have 13 nipples?
Hell no, she ain't got 13 nipples, man. Listen. Well, listen, I think back now, man, listen, I don't know how. Dog, we were doing a lot of circulating, man. Like moving them puppies around, boy, so they could all eat, boy. But somehow she fed all of them, boy. That's crazy, because I keep thinking about it, like, because you look at Molly, like,
all on little.
Yeah, and you know how, like, dogs, like, their titties start hanging? Like, her shit don't even hang. Like her shit like tighten all the way the fuck back up.
She like,
her shit tight. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Because like Molly the other way, like she ain't even pregnant. Her shit nipples damn near rubbing the ground. You know what I mean? But Layla, like her shit just. You know what I mean? That's what that is. Boy, listen, her first litter she threw 13 of them. All of them live. And barely any milk, boy. And she the only one who fed them too, man.
She wrong.
Boy, I'm telling you, boy. I tell people, boy, Layla my soldier, man. Layla that dog that, you know, I don't know how y'all significant others is. You know, sometimes in the dog world, significant others ain't gonna give a fuck about them dogs. They kinda really don't give a fuck about them. Tomorrow you was doing some other shit, they be like, okay, baby. You know what I mean? Do what you had to do. They didn't try to stop me from giving them the motherfuckers away. Just, hey, I understand. That's the first time you ever understood.
Say greens.
Hey, but but Layla is one for real. Like if something was to happen to me, and you know, God would forbid, I know my family wouldn't be able to keep up with all my dogs, so they would have to go to other homes. I'm pretty sure like Layla is one my wife would keep. Like Layla ain't going nowhere.
Bruh.
Yeah, she didn't want one. She
didn't want.
Yeah, she ain't let nothing happen. She ain't let nothing happen. Yeah. She ain't with none of it. And,
usually everybody have that one.
Yeah, and you can't get away from her. She'll chase you down. And when she bites, she cuts.
She with it.
What? Listen, her and Molly done got to a few times, boy. That's why, and I hate it, man. Because I don't know if y'all ever dealt with it, like, and I'll ask you about this, like, and it's probably different from you, but sometimes dogs, you didn't want to get into it when they got into it. And you know these dogs would damn near try to rip each other open. And then, with you, look like they ain't even in pain. Just like, it kind of would fuck me up at times, you know what I mean, with my dogs, especially with Layla and Molly, because, man, Layla would damn open Molly up like one of them females from New York, like she just spit a razor out of her mouth. Like, she open, you know what I mean? But then Molly's sitting there, man, like, after I done broke them up and I'm in there trying to clean her up, like, no pain. She just, like, looking at me like, you know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man, why am I letting you know what I mean?
Sometimes it be like that. Yeah. Like, you know, Gucci don't get the couple of goddamn dogs ass on my yard. Yeah, you know.
Gucci like that.
I had to cut the camera.
Damn.
He not like that, but you know, you have that sometimes that alpha male or alpha female, and you know, that tends to kind of get aggressive. That's with any breed though. Whoever the alpha tends to kind of take control of shit.
Yeah. A lot of times people don't understand that, especially when you got multiple dogs, man. And I believe even like with your little breeds, you know what I mean? It's not as bad, you know what I mean?
They're not built
their teeth and they got the jaw power and everything, but still like, you know what I mean? They look like one of the old Disney, you know, cartoons. They just spinning, kicking up dust like Tasmanian devil. Listen. Y'all listen, you don't even know what to grab. Listen, you trying to break them. All over the place.
You can push one of them over, they get out.
Boy, listen.
Your dog, you on from back.
Listen. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all some real stuff. I got bear spray, dog spray planted strategic areas in the yard. If something jump off,
you got to.
You know what I mean? And I will use it too now, but it's more because, like I say, my son be back there sometimes. I done let him know, like, man, some shit jump off and you can't, but you want to stop it. Man, listen, grab one of them and fog them.
Yeah.
Fog them to that. They grab them by their hind legs and put them in a cage. You know what I mean?
I mean, hey, that's smart though.
Yeah, that's
most people don't teach that. You know what I mean?
You gotta have that with them big dogs.
Because even though I love my dogs, and I you know, they family dogs, like, you be kind of crazy to, you know, we as people turn on each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, at the end of the day, I kind of be like, that street mentality, like, trust no one. Like, I love my dog. Like, you know, your homie you was in the street with, like, that's my dog, but boy, I gotta watch his moves. You know what I mean? That he moving funny.
But you know what? Because you have to. Because there been stories where owners don't have their dogs for 8 and 10 years and turn to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I always wonder about that. You know what I mean? Because I had all dogs all my life, and you done had some bad dogs. But have you ever dogs where you even thought, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, this motherfucker, like, now I had some dogs like kind of growling, you know what I mean? But I ain't never really had that dog, because in my mind, like, if I have it and see it, well, I'm putting them down. Mm-hmm. But have you ever had that dog where you was like, oh, this motherfucker might try me one day? Like, do you think that people who got attacked, there was some sign? Sometimes, and they just didn't look at it, you know what I mean? Like I said, if I see any sign, but we ain't even playing. Like, even with my family, I ain't
number one, it depends on the breed of the dog.
Yeah.
Because most of the times with dogs, you have to let them know you the owner.
Yeah.
Some people, they sit right there with the dogs. They just act like they part of the dog, licking them, rolling around and stuff. Well, some dogs take goddamn, you know, they end up being the alpha of the whole house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think people know it either.
Like, a lot of people don't know it. When they can sense that the owner weak, their chance to kind of run shit. You know what I'm saying? I teach my dogs early.
Yeah.
I snatch them up by the head.
Got to, man.
When they come out the womb.
Listen. I never know better. Like you say, you kind of never know, man. And dogs ain't nothing to play with. That's why, like with my son, I had to teach him early. Like with my dogs, you maybe count on one hand where I've been at their level. Like, I always told my son that, like, don't play, don't get on your knees, like, never. I always make it a point to stand over my dogs. You know what I mean? So they never think that we're on the same level. Nah, motherfucker. I'm man, you dog. That's what it's got to be. You know what I mean? I think, like how you were saying, people licking on and playing with them. It's that line where you get over where that dog in his mind look at y'all like on the same level. Like,
you can't do that. You can't do that. Hell no.
Especially with certain breeds. Or hell, even with some of these
dogs know though.
Dogs,
I mean, like with your kids, like for instance, my dogs. They might not listen to my kids like they listen to me. You know what I'm saying? I tell them, hey, go sit down. They gonna go sit down versus my son or my daughter, you know, somebody like that.
But that's a perfect example. Because if you exclude yourself out the situation, then that means your dog is got them having more domain over your kids. I mean, he feel like he the one. You know what I'm saying?
And I had to, you know, the crazy you should say that. I had to get on my son about that, because a lot of times, you know, the dog don't listen like I do, and he be like, oh man, because you spend more time with him. Yeah, because I spend more time with him. At the same time, too, I put up that boundary to let them know, like, this is what I will do not. You know what I mean? Like, but sometimes I be telling him, like, and you can almost see it, like, my dog look at them like y'all brothers, like, you know what I mean? They play with him like, oh, you brother, that's daddy over there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, they don't jump on me. He come out there and they jumping on him, man. Why they jumping on me? Because you play with them. You know what I mean? They know not to play with me like that.
That's another thing. People don't be understanding with these dogs, so they don't. You really have to put a dog in check. you know, you get your big sized dog, a 50-pound dog. You better put the ass in check.
Because 50's a lot. People don't realize 50's a lot for a dog. 50 or 55.
50 get on your ass.
You know what? 50, listen. 50 have you swung all the way around, getting twisted, man. 50 dog.
50 get on your ass, boy.
Listen.
50 that's the right size. 50-pound dog on your ass. It's over.
Reflexes like lightning.
And still got to bite. 50 pounds if you think about it.
Luckily though, I ain't had no dog trying to get out to me, like my personal dog trying to get out to me.
I ain't never
had my dad, I did see that growing up. My dad used to breed Rottweilers.
Oh yeah.
And so he came home one night. We had a Rottweiler named Midnight. Just so that.
Shit.
Yeah. And he got after my dad that one time, and it scared everybody. Rottweiler.
You got the dad too.
Yeah. Whenever we see dad come running down, I got you know about this shit real.
Hey, dad running.
Midnight was gone that next day though. He was gone. Yeah, he let go.
Listen, he done disrespected from the family. He got to go. Listen, y'all ain't never seen dad run that fast.
Yeah, he got the dog, man.
Like, mama, why that dog chasing dad?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I don't see it, but I ain't never had one. Like a project.
I can see it happening.
My brother, he had a pit bull. It was a game pit bull. Yeah, and so in the game pit bulls, they do a lot of inbred and line bred, heavy inbred. And so this dog, man, it was the guy sold my brother the dog, dirt cheap. He was like 2 years old.
Mr. China.
Listen, let me tell you something.
He had to go.
So the minute my brother put that dog on the chain, he could never take him off.
That was the one and only time.
Listen, man.
How do you feed him?
He literally had to push it over there. Yeah, the water dog can't handle water buckets. He take 2 good drink and just sling the bucket everywhere. Broomsticks, when you push the food over there, he biting broomstick, eating them. Yeah, dog.
What do you end up doing?
You go over there, man. Listen. Well, I ain't gonna get in there, boy, but he had to get rid of that dog, man.
Yeah, I couldn't keep him like that.
Yeah, man, because you couldn't even walk him. Yeah, he was trying to bite him. You couldn't even walk him, man. Yeah. So some dogs, man, you have to really kind of, if they weigh 50 pounds, you got to search your dominance early.
Oh yeah.
Anytime you deal with a bigger breed, man.
Yeah, he ain't 50 pounds or bigger. You just ain't kicking them motherfuckers.
Well, shit, them little damn, what dogs you got add? Them little motherfuckers. Like, look, Malteses, they smaller dogs, but if you don't got them, just kind of put them in check, them little motherfuckers be running around doing shit.
Oh, yeah.
I had a fucking Yorkie that thought she ran the house, and she got them, I got on the ass one time, she jumped on the bed and pissed in the bed.
I tell people, man, when it comes to them like Yorkie, Maltese, Chihuahuas, if them dogs was 50 or 60 pounds, people wouldn't be able to do nothing with them.
Hell no, especially with Chihuahua.
Nothing with them, man.
Hell no.
The only reason they kind of look like they listen, because they small.
Yeah.
And half the time you kick them, boy, if you don't get your ass on.
Yeah.
But listen, if them things was 50, 60 pounds, boy,
your ass alive.
Man, you think a pit bull would be bad.
Yeah.
Man, growing up, you know what? Like all the grandmas and aunties, like all my homeboys had, was Chihuahuas. I don't see them as much prevalent no more, but during the 90s, that was all grandmas and aunties. Listen, my homeboys, if they were staying with their auntie or their grandma or some form or other, we went over their house. But damn, if there wasn't a Chihuahua, damn, before you can get to the door, that motherfucker barking like he jumping up to the damn knob, like waiting for you to get off in there. Like they had to put they had to put a Chihuahua up. Like you couldn't just come in somebody's house who had a Chihuahua and that Chihuahua was just gonna walk around. Nah, he had to either go in a kennel or in a room. You know what I mean?
I witnessed. My uncle had a Alright, so I'm gonna tell a story. So it was this guy, right? And my uncle had a Chihuahua. So it was not Chihuahua, Cha-Cha. So it was this guy. He was goddamn fucking with me and shit, and giving me a hard time. So I was like 16 years old. He was like 22 years old. But 16 and 22, that's like when you 16, you get somebody 22, they 29. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's grown right there. Yeah, 16.
So listen, so I went in the house and I got down. He had a dog named Queenie.
Yeah.
I said, "Get him, Queenie." Man, he ran. Listen, that child was running. Man, when I see that child goddamn grabbed his ass, the back of his ass, and shook. She pulled some goddamn meat off that motherfucker.
Chihuahua.
Hell, yeah.
He said chow chihuahua.
No, not
Queenie had Queenie was a chow.
Yeah, she was a chow,
chow,
not
yeah.
chihuahua. It was a chow. But I'm talking about
He had a chihuahua. Yeah.
Yeah, and goddamn the police came out and everything, boy.
And they called the police on you?
Yeah, boy, they took Queenie, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they took Queenie, man. Put Queenie down, man.
Yeah.
Back in the days, he'd been considered a snitch, ain't he? Call the police like that?
Yeah, man.
In the hood like that, he called the
She
police.
took a plug out.
But he was fucking with you though.
Yeah, she
That's
took
crazy.
she took a plug out his ass.
Yeah.
But the point of the story is them childs, they something serious.
Oh
bro.
yeah. They just ain't what they is no more, man. I don't know if y'all noticed at the last, well, it's been a couple of shows ago. June, you know, who does a lot of shows and everything, Rumble in the Jungle. I seen on one of his pages. Y'all seen that little miniature child? It might have been a puppy, but it had placed at one of the shows. You know what I mean?
One of the shows he was at.
Yeah, one of the shows he was at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they judging, it placed. Dolls of old ain't what they are no more, man. It seemed like you know why? It's been a long time since I seen a good Doberman.
You know,
because even at a couple of shows, a couple of Dobermans been winning.
No,
but they ain't been them Doberman. Man, do y'all remember? I don't know if y'all remember back in the days what a Doberman looked like.
Yeah,
a Doberman was damn near a skinny Great Dane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little bit smaller.
You ain't see that one I sent you into the group the other day?
From June.
Yeah.
From June.
But that was a little small one.
It was
a nice dog, but that ain't the
I'm
Doberman
talking about
back
the
in
one
the-
like
I'm
65, 75 pounds.
Yeah, I'm talking about the ones that used to run you down like
The ones down 45.
Yeah, they ain't because it's almost like the rock roller. The rock roller ain't the rock roller used to be like how people used to be like, boy, I got the German rocks, and now there's controversy where there ain't no such thing. You know, a rock roller is a rock roller. But them German rocks, man, I remember seeing in California had heads like this.
Yeah, they had the block
were
heads.
monster and were block dogs.
The American one block.
You don't see that no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then even the German Shepherd. Man, German Shepherd used to be some big dogs.
Yeah.
Man, like their tail would damn near hurt you when they swung. Nowadays, you don't even see the German Shepherd really placing now. I guess you got the offshoot, and I don't know where these came from, like the Malinois and the Belgian, and you know what I mean? Like, tell you the truth now, I ain't did my history, and I don't know how long them dogs been around. But I know 20 years ago, wasn't nobody talking about no Belgian Malinois. Like, the closest thing that I seen that is anything like that was the true German Shepherd, and it was some big old dogs.
I don't know.
Well, not
around 20.
But
Maybe 20, because that was what, early 2000s?
2005, yeah.
I'll say in the 90s.
Yeah.
I'll just say in the 90s.
I ain't see him in the 90s.
Is you talking about more over here or out of the country?
But I don't think people was up on that out of the country back
That's
then.
what you talking about the opposites from the German Shepherds, right? The ones that climb up the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think they big more overseas than they
They
was
might have
up
been
here.
overseas more.
Okay. So they was a breed type we didn't know about. All we had was the American German Shepherd.
Yeah, we had more German Shepherds.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah,
Them
yeah.
dogs pretty goddamn hyper.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, that German Shepherd, if you look at, I hate to bring this up, like the old picture of, they sicking the German Shepherd on black people down in Birmingham. Like, there was some big ass German Shepherds. Mm-hmm. There wasn't no skinny mountains though. You look at that, there's a picture y'all probably got in y'all head if y'all can think about it, where they was spraying that black man down and that German Shepherd was jumping at him. Yeah. Well, that motherfucker was a 60, 70 pound German Shepherd.
Yeah. I know this ain't funny, but there was some big ass niggas too back in the day.
Yeah. They only look big,
yeah. There was some big solid brothers back in the day.
But listen.
But that's crazy.
The dogs have changed up definitely over the years, man.
Yeah.
They ain't what they used to be. Like, especially like I say, that Doberman. I don't see the true Doberman no more like I used to see the rock roller. I don't see the boxer.
But check this out though.
The boxer where they used to be back in the days.
Is it the fool?
I don't know about the food. It's probably,
I think it's how he was saying.
It's selective breeding.
Selective breeding, yeah. Because the smaller ones look better than that show ring. When you pressing around that slimmer one,
Yeah.
it looks better in the picture. You know, especially when the females, you know, maybe the one who's the handler or something like that. It just looks like a better overall dog than that big old one you used to see. You know, you walking the block and you forgot about him. As soon as you walk past the fence, he hitting the fence on your ass with that big ass Rottweiler head.
Right.
Like, it's gonna turn people off where that slim, cuter one nowadays.
Yeah.
So like, and so this. Okay, check this out. So, how do you keep that perfection into them dogs? So, do you screen your customers? Because see what's going on. Everybody buy dogs. Everybody buying dogs now. They get into dogs. So sometimes everybody have their vision. So do you have contracts now? Make a stipulation. Say, okay, you only breed with me. To be able to keep that line straight.
It's, at the end of the day, it's selective breeding. So like, you keep what you want, and you sell what you don't want. At the end of the day, if you pet home what you want, or 9 times out of 10, like when they're doing a Doberman's for instance, if they see a certain type, a certain breed type that they looking for, just like we do with the Frenchies, if you see something that you like, okay, I'm keeping this one. The rest of these, I'm pet homing. Now you ain't got that option to breed because it's strictly pet. It's a selective breed. You know?
And now here on some levels where it's actually where at like a year old, when in the contract you got to get your dog fixed.
Yeah,
I heard some breeders go as far as that. Like,
and that's what I guarantee.
That's what the pet home. Because they don't want you to got them be pushing out them bad flaws. They can't.
And I don't think, because I think it's, you don't even get the paperwork until you get that dog fixed at a year old.
No, you don't get no paperwork period, because we just get a copy.
Well, you could. It is because in our breed we really don't. But I mean, it all depends on the registry too. Because like at the end of the day, you might be selling me a pet home quality dog, but at the same time though, I can still show that dog in AKC if it's like a fine, you know, fit those standards, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
AKC wise. Now I don't know about any other registries because that's all we use right now.
Okay.
But yeah, you can still get that paperwork.
Okay.
Me at the end of the day, I you know, when I breed, you got up to a year. You know, you can pay that pet quality fee. But then if you want that paperwork, you know, you come back with it.
You know, I had a customer that did that. I sold him a dog, puppy, pet home, pet price. But then after like about 6 to 8 months later, you know, he wanted the papers, and I charged him $1,500 because that was the kind of price difference. I still come to select, but because the pet home prices, you know. For those who don't know, the pet home is usually for people who not trying to breed, who just want a dog. So you don't really get the paperwork. You can, but you really don't get the official paperwork to breed to. So when you're selling puppies to breeders, so the price can be for a dog, let's say $4,000. To a pet home, the price can be $2,000 or $1,500. So that kind of be the difference in with that right now.
And let me ask you, this might be able to help people too, man, especially if you're getting a dog from a breeder. This might be important. With the registries y'all go through, you know, a lot of times, okay, you give the seller the paperwork, they send it in, they want to get their original copy. Do y'all registries ask for a picture?
No.
So how does okay, so
you actually don't even have to send it in. You can do everything online.
Okay, so basically through y'all registry, the genetics is just names. They don't have like names and the picture of the dogs where you can go to and actually see.
Yeah, some of them like that. You can look.
That's what I'm saying. But with y'all, AKC ain't like that.
You got the pedigree. The only flaw that it ain't really a flaw. It's a standard right now at the end of the day. AKC. So say for instance, you buy a Frenchie from one of us, right? Well, you want to go and register your puppy, and he a blue tri.
No. They changed it.
They might have blue tri on there now.
That's on there now.
We'll say it's a Merle. They don't recognize, AKC don't recognize Merle in their standards, right? So it's one or two ways you can go about that. You can, like what you just said, say Merle on that paperwork, and then that's when they're gonna ask you for the pictures, front shots, side shots, and this, that, and the third, before they actually send you the paperwork. Or you can say, all right, I know it's a Merle, but I'm gonna go with one of these colors that's in the standard and just go like that.
Okay.
And that's
Just have them registered as that.
Huh?
Just have them registered as that color.
Yeah, right. So
nobody might actually
dog
never
might
see
be
him.
Merle. Dog is a Merle, but you might register as a fawn.
Okay. Now that got me to asking this. If so, you're telling me so AKC. If I go look up, I get a dog from you. I go to AKC and I start looking up his lineage, his family tree. There's no actual pictures. It's just names.
I think it's more the AKC show dogs that gonna show the picture, cause they more of.
And I see a lot of smaller registries that do that.
I ain't never
It seems like.
Only time I see the background and the pedigrees of the dogs and the ancestors is on my physical paperwork. I ain't never.
So you don't know what that dog actually. So you'll never know because it seems like I done seen registries where you look up this dog and you can see like, okay, he was made it. This is his grandpa. You can see what his grandfather looks like.
No, he's talking about Bulletpedia.
Bulletpedia, yeah.
Yeah, Bullet guy they got
and some, and I guess some other registries do that too. Okay, so AKC.
No.
Okay. Oh
no.
wow.
Only time you see that pedigree, or you don't see no pictures. Like I get the certificate that might have three generation pedigree or the fourth generation pedigree, but it's no pictures. It's names. AKC.
Why is there nobody documenting how these dogs look, like the actual dog?
All the documentation you got is, well, it might say Fawn or Brenda, but you don't know for sure if it was a Fawn or a Brenda.
And you can't never go back and actually.
All the way you can, social media.
But I think it's just based on like if you. I think you can have more images on dog. Like for us, like if you showing them.
Show dog, man.
Because your name gonna be like it's gonna be like champion such and such.
Yeah.
So you can pull up images of that right there if you showing your dog more.
Yeah.
But AKC you just have your name on there. So.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I did not know that because, like I said, the registry I got my dogs up under. When you register, they actually ask for a picture. That's why I try to ask a lot of people wait till at least a year and a half to register the dog and that picture, because that picture that stick with it is gonna have it look. So I'd rather a year and a half to 2-year-old dog be in that registry picture than a 12 and 15-week dog where it's not gonna look where it's actually gonna look.
And see, that's how we used to do it with the bullies. Like you said, you had Bulletpedia back then.
Okay.
Well, and I don't know if it's still around, but Bulletpedia was one of the main things.
Yeah, I remember that.
You
Yeah.
actually go in and you can go in and update your information.
So basically, you would make your own. So if you was a seller, you knew people wanted that visual. Bulletpedia was that place.
Yeah,
right.
You can get it on the numbers and everything.
And it's probably another site around now.
It's a lot, about 3 or 4.
And it's crazy because I remember that Bulletpedia when I first started learning about the bullies, but I do not see nobody posting them Bulletpedia pictures no more.
Right.
Now you say something about
to me, I think
that,
it's a thing of the past now. I mean, because at the end of the day, people just off social media.
And then, like you say, some dogs' lineages is probably so long. You be looking at, because people been doing some heavy breeding these last 5 years just from where I've been looking at the dog game, especially on the bully side. Like, man, like one dog might have, if everybody was posting up like off this dog, man, shut the system down, bro.
But see, that's the thing, like it's on social media, because now you can do, Sid done did plenty of times, you can do traceability. Like Sid can trace somebody dog great grandfather.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll take maybe an hour or so. You can just keep looking and looking. Like social media is much faster now. You can see the images and pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Trace it down to the owners.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you can message the owners. So social media play a big part in kind of helping with seeing the bloodline of the dogs.
Yeah, that's why I try to put as much information. Because it's crazy you should say that, because my dog's grandfather, the dude who produced my dog's grandfather, all I knew was the father of my dog, Scoop. I knew his father. So the dude who got his father really ain't on social media, but the dude who produced Scoop's father, who still had the grandfather, he was on social media. So giving my son, just telling him about Scoop's dad and giving him a name, my son actually tracked down my dog's grandfather on social media. Like, he came to me like one day, he was like, "Hey Dad," because I had a picture of Scoop's granddad. I ain't never seen his grandfather. I had a picture of Scoop's dad. He was like, "Ain't that Scoop's dad?" I was like, "Hell yeah." He showed me some video some dude that posted, you know what I mean, walking some back road somewhere. And I was like, "Hell yeah, that's his dad." So I seen the name on it wasn't the dude who I bought Scoop from, but he had Scoop's dad on a video. So I got in contact with him and through tracing, he was like, "Oh yeah, I sold Scoop's dad to old boy who you got Scoop from. I still got his grandfather." So it's crazy how that social media, man, like it works and it's scary in a way too, because if you put it out there, it's out there.
It's out there.
Yeah, that's what I kind of learned over the years. Why a lot of people don't like at these shows, man, showing their dogs, man, because once it's out there, boy, it's out there.
Yeah, it's out there.
It's out there, man. But a lot of people got a lot of stuff to hide because I don't know, man. I've been no knock to the bully world, man, because I love it because it really gave me my push to do what I'm doing. But I hate the deeper you dig into it, man, and you see some of the dogs and what's produced. It's like, I don't know. I kind of look at the future of the game, man, and how far is it gonna go, and then I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think it's gonna keep going, even with the flaws. It's Zodis.
Yeah.
It's Zodis. Is it gonna keep going?
And I'm gonna keep watching it, man, because at the end of the day, boy, listen, I'm trying to figure out how they get the prices they probably getting it. You know what I mean? Like to produce some that comes out of there and the prices that they getting, it's something to be studied. But at the end of the day, you know, you look at the people that's in that game with some of the biggest consumers. So it's almost like, man, if you can get the right dog out there and get the right people behind it, like me, or mine, or your dogs.
Yeah.
Like all we would need is like one promo from Snoop Dogg.
That's it.
Listen, one promo from Snoop Dogg or Young Boy or something like that, man.
But see, when the bully world, everybody want to bully.
Yeah.
Everybody it's like now within the black culture, it's like, okay, you have your bullies and you have your Frenchies, but everybody want to bully. Everybody in different cultures, like different races, they like the bullies, Chinese, Asian, white, or whatever. So man, the bullies, man, even with their flaws, they still able to sell and they still can produce a good dog.
You know what they looked up to? Like I'll give it to the bully game. Like, how the fuck they got so many different levels of bully? Where you got the XL, you got the standard, you got the pocket. Like they engulf the whole game. So it's just like, okay, you don't like XL, well, check these pockets out.
Right.
You don't like pocket, check these standards out.
Right.
You want to get crazy with it? Check these extremes out.
What's crazy is the Frenchie game being like that though.
Yeah.
You got extremes, you got micros,
the big ropes,
big ropes.
Yeah.
You know, the Frenchie game really getting like that. Truth be told, you know, I don't know how much I'm gonna get into all that, but you know.
But the only thing with the French is, you got the different types, but you're not gonna get a XL Frenchie. They're pretty much, you know, you don't have some probably on the bigger side with like a 25 pound, 30. That's a big.
You got some XL Frenchies.
You got some XL
You got some 40, 50 pound Frenchies.
Yeah.
Really?
It's just wondering, like, what are people gonna be looking for? You know what I mean? How many different levels of it? Because, like I say, in that bully world, there's levels.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, me, I like that pocket, or maybe that.
Hush.
I like the standard if they got weight on it.
Right.
So I like it kind of in the middle of that pocket and that standard right there, man. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I would have one.
Well, a bully then. A bully.
Brazil was getting hot right now. That one dog, that Brazilian bully that sold for I don't know how much right now, crazy money right now.
He look good though.
Yeah.
I remember y'all talking about that.
It's an XXL, man. Got the slanted eyes, but it's like, and this is one thing I'll give to some of the people who is really pushing the bullies, the one that's really like out there. You kind of got to give it to them, like, damn, that be different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it be different. Yeah. Like I said, that Brazilian one is different. I done see some bigger XLs. You know what I mean? Because like King from DDK, that was real big at one time. Not King, but Hulk. You know what I mean? Hulk was an XXL, but at the same time, he's not that Brazilian. It's a whole different look.
It's a different.
But that Brazilian is like, okay, I see why it's game.
Difference,
like,
right?
Yeah. And it's like with the Frenchie game. like the French is changing with the bit rolls and with the pink and stuff like that, but it don't change like the bully world hit different. They dogs, you know, they change. It's like they got the muscles with it, the head with the tight skin. They shit when it
perfect ear crops.
You know, it's just genetics though. It's got them genetics. Well, Frenchies ain't really built like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But like, you know, in the bully world, it's just they shit that's.
At the end of the day, this is what they got going for them. It started from that pit bull. You know what I mean? Even though it was like, you know, because you look at what was that one?
It's connected with the culture.
Not Gotti. Not Gotti. Is it Gotti? But I can't remember.
No, you said pit bull or
that really first started the bullies.
The Gotti line.
No, not Gotti, but
Razor's Edge.
Razor's Edge. You know, it be kind of, I don't know. In my mind, I think that Razor Edge was started mixing that pit bull with something else to produce that bigger muscled up dog. But at the end of the day, what the bullies got going for them is that original pit bull blood. Because you're gonna produce that tight skin, you're gonna produce that look, you're gonna produce that, you know, because you look at the pit bulls that's 30 pounds, 35, and real ones that was in the ring, like they just stood out. They didn't have the wide chest, they didn't have that, but through that mixing of other bloods, but still, you know, they blood so strong, it's still, I don't care, down to the exotics, to the XL, boy, you see that pit bull, the attitude, You see that pit bull influence, man. It's there, no matter what nobody say,
Even like you're right, from the XL, it's that, you know what I mean? They just not poked out, it's just like, I wish a motherfucker would.
It could be the nicest, and this is crazy, it could be the nicest XL in the world.
He got that look, dog.
But got that look, you know what I mean? Have motherfuckers scared. Man, come over here. That dog don't want to do nothing but damn chase a ball.
Right.
Ain't thinking about biting your ass. You know what I mean? But it got that look like, you know what I mean? Don't put a spike collar on a gold chain on him. That's why I give it to you, man. Shout out to the bully right now, man, because it's definitely, I would say, how you say, you know, the urban dog, man. You know what I mean?
I think it's fitting the culture now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bully, Jordans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tupac. Yeah, boy. It's all in the culture.
DMX.
It's all in the culture.
Had a pit bull on his back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, he was getting them from North Carolina, and then he was coming down here to South Carolina.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He was getting pit bulls from Mountain Man.
Yeah. North Carolina, South Carolina definitely had them dogs.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. I think we had a good one, man. It's been a little minute since we was able to get together.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate this conversation, man, getting there with y'all.
Oh yeah, been a minute. You know we working.
Listen, working. Yeah. I got some work to do. I got about 3 more weeks where I'm gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna be a different conversation. You know what I mean? Because I look at the end. But this is the only thing, like, with this dog game, you know, you look at that end, like, you know, sometimes you start having them litter, you start counting your eggs before they hatch.
Right.
And in all actuality, you should be able to if everything goes as planned, but a lot of times it don't.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that be in my mind, like, boy, I can't wait for it, but I know at the same time, too, boy, shit.
You got to deal with
ain't gonna go as planned.
Right.
Yeah,
you got to deal with bullshit.
Out of all your litters, like, how many puppies have you lost?
Now, usually it'd be like 1 or 2, but it'd be my mess up because the mama done sat on her. Like, if I just make sure that first week I'm on her, I won't take no losses.
Yeah.
I think maybe one time we actually had a pup that was like, just seemed like unhealthy, wasn't picking up no weight from the start, you know what I mean? But other ones, the losses we done took, you know what I mean? The 1 or 2 here out of each litter, and because the mom sat on them. But yeah, as long as, like I say, that first week, we always stay on the mama, yeah, we've been pretty successful, man, with everything they have, you know, living.
Yeah, that shit, dealing with litters, man, that's something serious.
Man, I'm telling you. Like I say, I got to make sure, as a matter of fact, I got to worm the mama again tomorrow. Make sure she's good and wormed. Man, like I say that.
So you want to do it in the pregnancy?
Huh?
You want them doing the pregnancy?
Yeah.
Some people, you do that.
Worm during? Nah, I do it before.
Some people do it during.
I wormed it. I only, really.
So I do it when they in heat.
This actually gonna be my first or second time doing it, only because I've been reading up a lot of people doing it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I never really had no problem with worms, but my last litter, I did have some issues for the first time, and I didn't worm her during pregnancy. And I hear a lot of people, I've been doing my homework on it. A lot of people do worm their mothers during pregnancy. So I'm gonna go ahead and try it this one. Like I said, I haven't wormed her no time. Like I said, she's a middle point. She got about 3 weeks, 3.5 left. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit her this one time. You know what I mean? Just kind of clear her out before she get too much closer. I don't want her milk and everything like that. So, like I said, I'm just gonna try it just to be on the safe side, man. Even though I don't know. Because I'm thinking too, that last litter was like summer, fall, it's winter time, so you ain't dealing with as much, Parasite in the colder months. So, right. Like I say, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try it just to be on the safe side, man, because this litter right here, like I'm trying to go hard on advertisement, putting them out there, man. I want them things like from my first pick swole. You know what I mean? I want them swole from eating, not no damn belly full of worms. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like I'm trying to stay ahead of it now because I'm at that point now, like, that knows what it really takes to move these dogs, and it like you can't be half-stepping, man. No. You can't be half-stepping. Like, I ain't did it yet, boy, but the soup's coming. When the soup's coming, boy, listen, stepping out of Lamborghini down, stepping out of the damn limo down with scoop and shit, you know what I mean? Because it's like, with this, I don't think y'all got to the point yet, I don't know, but, once we get on here, we're content creators, It's like I was telling him when you was out there earlier, like an older dude that called me, and, he was talking about, things we do on the podcast, and he was like, man, y'all professionals. Y'all gotta carry yourself a certain way, you know what I mean? And I never looked at that, I don't know if y'all did, but that lets me know some people are looking at us that way. So, once you start getting to a certain level, you gotta carry yourself a certain way because that's what kind of people are expecting. And at the same time, there's benefits from doing that.
Yeah. In what ways though? Because where your fan base started from? They started from when you got them.
But they want to see you grow. They don't want to see. Listen, one thing about your fan base, it's like, okay, that dude that was in high school playing basketball. You know what I mean? They expected him. He came from the hood. He used to eat at the lunch cafeteria, crack jokes in class. But they expected him to go to the NBA. Yeah. Now, if he don't make it and he's still on the block, ain't nobody, motherfucker ain't even damn humping the horn no more than that nigga. You know what I mean? But he still can. He'll still break some ankles. Yeah. But he didn't elevate. People basically, when they mess with you, they want to see you win. Yeah. Because they want to be like, boy, I remember when you was here. They don't want to be 5 years down from line. Because I learned that from, the CD man. The people used to, try to put out tracks and used to be at the flea market, the gas station back in the day selling CDs. It's like, okay, that first couple months, I might see you out here, then late night. The next time it's early morning, like, I'm respecting the hustle. Hit $3, you know what I mean? Let me get one of your CDs. But after that second year, like, damn, boy, you ain't went down to Atlanta or Charlotte. You ain't trying to get with no producer. Nah, man, I ain't got $3 a day, buddy. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to see you win no more. I don't want you to stay here with me. You know what I mean? I want to see us make it. I ain't doing that. That's what we got. You got to get to that point when you out here, you put yourself out here, and people rocking with you. Nah, they ain't rocking with you to
stay where you at.
Yeah, stay where you at. Nah, they wanna they want to see you shine. They really want to see you shine, man. So like I say, man, it's that point now where I'm looking at, okay, I gotta be on some next level. I can't be, I'm 3.5, 4 years in. I can't be still doing what I was doing a year from now. I got to be on some elevation. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For the next people who find me and be like, okay, I see why people fucking with them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But and to get to that, man, it's like, because when you we work 12 hours. You have a family. And then you be trying to put so much into your program, man. It's a lot. When you see these people that's doing this kind of stuff and they got their shit going, you know, they took a chance and pretty much, you know, they not working. They put everything. They got the time for that. It's kind of hard when with us, man, the way we work and we got families, we got they trying to put that kind of quality time into the dog. But at the end of the day, it's a business. So what you put in is what you're gonna get out. But for having that content where you got somebody that want to take time, they want to kind of, you know, film you, who can do some good editing. I suck at editing. I try to do what I can do, but man, if to have that type of quality to elevate yourself, you have to kind of start with it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta start that. You know, like I say, there's eventually over time work on getting better. It's like basketball. You know, I can remember when I first got a basketball in my hand, I couldn't take it through my legs. Like, it took for a while. Like, I had to watch some videos. You know what I mean? I can remember watching videos back on VHS or something and be like, okay, you know what I mean? So then I started walking up the court with it. Then it started getting bigger. Then you know what I mean? I back through the second leg, but it's that growth, working that growth, man. Like you definitely got to then work on whatever you're trying to do to get better. Cause like I say, starting off, people gonna realize, you know, what I mean, like, okay, he just starting off, but damn, okay, he did this, he do this, and that's what it basically got to be, man. Especially in this content world. Like I say, man, I've been watching the people that growth, and everybody started at the bottom. Everybody shit was like, okay. But they get there, man. So like I say, we definitely gonna get to that point, man. Cause like I say, I think we got 310 subscribers in, so we getting up there, man. Like I say, just gotta keep coming back, man.
Yeah.
Pushing these good dogs and good conversation on people, man.
Yeah.
And make sure y'all hitting the like button, comment, subscribe. Yeah. And we will try to respond to some of the comments. Yeah. Not all of them, but we will try.
I gotta get better at that, man, because I don't get no notifications for some reason.
I be responding to them.
Okay, yeah, that's why I noticed when I go back, I already see some likes in them. So yeah, I'm gonna go through, man. Don't think if y'all leaving comments, we ain't neglecting y'all, man. Like I say, we still working on the page, man, getting to where we need to be, man. But we definitely ain't going nowhere. That's what's up, man. So before we get out of here, man, it's getting dark. Got to get to the house, man. Once again, appreciate y'all coming through. Canine Top Podcast, man. It's your boy DJ.
This your boy JT.
That's it.
We're gonna catch y'all next time. We out.